Hi friends, I'm Amy and this is A-Star Reads, and it's time for another date number 4 for Book Love is Blind. I'm really excited because I'm on a cruise ship and I'm in the library, the beautiful library, and I figured what better place to have a date than on a cruise ship. So if you don't know anything about this particular series, I will link it above so you can check out where this all began. And I'm getting suggestions from you and from Shell. She did 50% of the suggestions and then she randomized the submissions that you all did so that I don't know who actually recommended these different books to me. Okay, so first impressions. It's set in the 1950s. It's definitely historical. We have this young girl who's running. She's on the run. She's running to her school, and I don't know why. And at first you don't think anything's following her, but there's this, seems to be a woman in like morning clothes almost, that is following her from a distance and walking slowly, but catching up to her quickly. So I don't know what's happening with this young girl, but she is on the run. So my initial thoughts are that so far it's readable and it's interesting. I'll be curious to see what this story actually takes place. There's a bit of tension building happening with this person chasing her, but it's like, of course we don't know anything about why she's running and how old she is really, because I think she's in college. So that's all I know so far. Oh, now we jump into the current time. So it started in 1950 with that girl running away from the monster, and now we are moving forward, same location, but 2014.
Blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down. To me way, blow the man down, bullies, blow him away. Give me some time to blow the man down. We went over the bar on the 13th of May. Way, blow the man down. But Gallagher jumped and the gale came away. Give me some time to blow the man down.
Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. I am out on the pool deck and it's quite loud out here, but I'm having a good time trying to read this. I'm getting very distracted. But what I can say so far is that we are now in the 2014 and we have a main character who, her older sister was murdered, and she's kind of going back to the place of the murder because she just feels like there's some unfinished business. It's like late 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Her boyfriend is trying to figure out why you keep doing this to yourself. She's just uncertain of the outcome of all this, even though the person who was suspected of killing her sister, which was her sister's boyfriend, has been in jail for a long time. So, there was a conviction, but for some reason our main character doesn't believe it. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm enjoying it. I am trying to enjoy it. It's just so distracting here. There's a lot of people on this cruise ship, including my family. I'm giving them dirty looks.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Put him in the longboat until he's sober. Put him in the longboat until he's sober. Put him in the longboat until he's sober. Early in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Pull out the plug and wet him all over. Pull out the plug and wet him all over. Pull out the plug and wet him all over. Early in the morning.
Okay, so we've popped back to the 1950s when the school was actually a boarding school. So in the current time, it has been derelict? No, abandoned. It's been abandoned for quite a few years. We find out that they're going to start turning the school into another boarding school. So then we go back into the 50s and we're meeting this character named Katie. And this particular school was a school for like wayward girls that got in trouble, but not even just that, like girls who were illegitimate and have had difficult lives. So we're learning about this girl, and surrounding all of this are these stories about Mary Hand. And so like these ghost stories about Mary Hand, our character at the very beginning is being chased by who you believe is Mary Hand. So this is kind of more like one of those urban legend sort of stories where you've got like the Bloody Mary, don't look in the mirror and say her name 3 times. And of course there's been a lot of girls that have seen her, Mary Hand, like when they're looking outside the dorm windows or things like that. So that's who the villain is, I'm guessing, or at least who we're made to believe is the villain. So my 4th date was a lovely date. It was a little creepy, a little scary, but I am very curious and intrigued to find out what's actually happening in this situation. We are learning more about this dormitory, and I think we're going to be learning a lot more. I hope that more of the horror is going to come into play, because so far we're just learning a lot of the back history, and of course the back history of these different characters. It is jumping back and forth between 2014, the current time, and then 1950, when stuff started happening, I think, or at least I'm not quite sure what the focus in that time era is going to be, if that's going to explain what was going on with these paranormal ghost encounters, or if that's when stuff really hit the fan and that's going to affect what our current time period character is dealing with when it comes to that particular school. Is this going to end up being one of my bookish loves? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So I'm excited to continue on and meet some of my other contestants, but this was a really fun one to read, and it was fun that it was different, that it was a horror, or at least I think it's a horror. And that was a little different than the other things I've read so far. Hello, it's Amy from the future, and I wanted to say that I recognize that during the filming of this, I was quite distracted being on the cruise ship. I did go ahead and reread the first 10% just to make sure that I was giving this date a fair chance. And I wanted to make sure that before I made my final 3 decisions, I was giving each date a fair chance.
Welcome back. Contestant number 4 is clever and wonderfully chilling. It is The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. This is one of my recommendations, and I selected it for you because you've wanted to read this author for a very long time, and you made me read this author several years ago, and I quite enjoyed it. So I thought it was time that you should give her a try. I hope you had a wonderful date.
If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens with date number 5. Am I going to find the bookish love of my life? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later.